There's two things I've learned living in America. It's you respect the flag and you respect the anthem. Yeah, I don't know what it means, but I follow the rules. No, the reason I say I don't know what it means is because it's confusing. You'll meet a lot of people who are like, you respect the flag. And I get it, but then I'll see those same people on July 4th and they'll be wearing the flag as underwear. Does that count? Yeah, you looked up and you were like, that flag, these balls. I mean, I would never suggest changing any of it. The anthem, oh, not never the anthem. Even though it could, maybe it could do with a little change, you know? It is a very violent anthem. You know, in America, it struggles with a lot of violence, maybe like a softer anthem, because it's a violent anthem. It's the only anthem I've ever heard that has bombs blowing up in it. Yeah, there are bombs and rockets in your national anthem. It's like a Michael Bay movie in a song. Everything just blowing up in slow motion. And it's almost like you're threatening other countries as well. You know, it's just like, yeah, bombs bursting and the rockets were flaring. Try us. It's like a gangster rap, to be honest. It really is. I feel like the American anthem is like a gangster rap. You know, it has all the same elements. It has the violence, has the threats. You know how much it's similar to a gangster rap? The American anthem is the only anthem where you can put the word bitch at the end of any line, and the song still makes sense. Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there, bitch. I love the American national anthem, I won't lie. It's exciting, and I know all the words. I didn't try and learn the words, but I know the words. It's just one of those songs that you hear so much that you know it, you know? Sort of like, nationwide is on your side, like same thing. I don't want to know that, I don't need to know that. Yeah, I wish I could reclaim the space in my brain, but it's there. America's national anthem is like that, because you hear it so much in America. You know, this is the only country I've ever lived in where you play the national anthem when there is no other country in attendance. Yeah, it would be like basketball games, football games, beer pong games, national anthem. Which I know is normal if you've lived in America all your life. You're like, well, what other way is there, Trevor? Well, I'll tell you, as somebody who comes from the rest of the world, that's not a thing. It's not. Most places in the world, you play the national anthem like maybe once a year on like a national event, or when you're competing against another country. That's when you play it, right? Because the other country's there, and you have to prove to your country that you're loyal. That's why you sing the song, you know, because countries are very insecure. You have to reassure them, constantly reassuring. They should go to therapy, deal with their attachment issues, but they don't. You only realize how insecure countries are when you leave your country. Have you ever left and come back? Have you seen the questions your country asks you? So insecure, so jealous, just like, where have you been? Huh? Where have you been? Which countries, huh? So what, you have another country now? Huh? Is that what you're doing? Huh? Which stamps are these? Let me see, who's been stamping your passport? Let me see your passport. You're like, yeah, damn country. Let me get my privacy. That's why in most places you only sing the anthem when there's another country in attendance. Only time you do it. Because that's what it's for. Make your country feel good. All right? You know what national anthems are in many ways? National anthems are the geopolitical equivalent of that thing women do to us men. Like, ladies, you know that trick you have for that man in your life? Like, whenever his ego is bruised, and you have to, on every man. And right now, I know a lot of the women are like, shut up, Trevor, shut up, 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 shut up. It's a beautiful, subtle technique. Yeah. You'll be out having lunch or something, and some guy will come up to the table, he's buff, works out, you know, looks really good. He's like, oh my God, Michelle? It's like, oh, Justin? oh my God, wow, how are you? And they're like, who the hell is Justin? What's going on? He's like, this is crazy. I can't believe this. Twice in 2 weeks? And they're like, twice? When was once? Who is this? I know, oh my God. Oh, how are you? I'm doing good. Man, we gotta catch up sometime. We gotta talk about college. I was thinking about it the other day. We were so crazy in college. You remember that night? And you're like, you went to college? What's going on here? You can feel your ego slowly withering like a raisin in the sun. And she won't look at you. She won't make anything big out of it. She'll continue the conversation. But they'll gently just put their hand on your thigh and then just start rubbing it. She'll carry on. She'll carry on like nothing's happening. I know, those were crazy. I mean, I was a cheerleader. I mean, what are you gonna do, you know? It's just one of those. And then the hand is there going, shh, 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 shh. It's okay, it's okay. It's okay, you're a big man. Big man. Strong man. That's right. There's no other men in the world, just you. Look at you. Wow. What a big man. Yeah. Who? This guy? I don't even know who he is. Oh, yeah. No, with his muscles. Oh, I don't like muscles. No. Oh, I hate muscles. They're disgusting. Look at him. Oh, working out and everything's in shape and bulging. No, it's disgusting. What? 6-packs? No, I don't want a 6-pack. I don't like 6-packs. That's why I like you. Boop. That's what a national anthem is. You reassuring your country. The American anthem is such an interesting one, you know? Everything that represents America is the anthem. America has the most fun anthem rules in the world. Only country in the world where you're allowed to sing the anthem however you want. However you want. You can't do that anywhere else. Everywhere else in the world, the anthem is the way it is written. It's boring, and that's the point. You can't just change it. In America, you can do whatever you please. I noticed it the first time. First time I really noticed it was at a basketball game. It was the New York Knicks, and they were playing against the Toronto Raptors, right? And because the Raptors are from Canada, they had to play 2 national anthems before the game, which is rare. Right? So that we're in the arena, and everyone's like, and then the voice comes on. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Canadian national anthem. And everybody stood. And then they just played like a tape somewhere. You could tell they didn't care. Oh, Canada, das ist eine der Songs, als song, and something brings us back to do. You know the song, man. I don't have time for that. Whatever. They sang the Canadian anthem. They were done. And then the announcer came back. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stay standing for the American national anthem. And that's my favorite part. Yeah, the lights will go dark. Someone walks to the middle of the arena. It's always so intense. Complete silence. The dawn, early What's so proud that we... Why are you trying to make the anthem anthem sexy. What are you doing? What are you doing? I never understand that. Why are you trying to make it a sexy song? You'll never be in England and see someone like, remix, God save the Queen, God save the Queen, I save the Queen. It's been a good week. It's been a crazy week. Oh my goodness. Like, I thought the week was just gonna be about comedy in London, and Israel and Iran happened. And then we were on like the brink of like World War III. Like you here are now Friday crowd having fun. Monday, Tuesday crowd. Oof. Yeah. You try tell jokes when there's missiles outside. Like everyone was here, like, because that would be a weird way, like, to be, you know what I mean? Like at the beginning of World War III. Like, people are like, where were you? When you're like, did you see what happened? No, I didn't. Where were you? Trevor was telling us about Brixton. It was such an insane story as well. Like now I feel like the world we live in, I sometimes think about like parallel universes and timelines, and I'm not sure if I believe it, but when I do think about it, I go like, I think we somehow slipped into the ludicrous timeline. Like we were all in a very normal timeline, us as people, and then something happened around like COVID, and then we went into the crazy timeline. And then the other versions of us are now like, wow, things have become very boring and normal. Because like, this is not normal, you know? Like the week starts off, it's been like 2 weeks technically. Right, starts off, Iran was negotiating a nuclear deal with America. Negotiating a deal. They're making progress. They're getting close. They're getting super close. And then Israel was like, no deal. And then Israel started launching missiles at Iran, right? And then it's hard to make a deal when it's like missiles hitting you, you know what I mean? It's like when you're like trying to break up with someone at a restaurant and then the waiter keeps coming, is everything great? Just wait. Let me just handle. So what I'm saying is, how's everything going? Yeah. Look, hey, we'll call you. We'll call you, please. So Iran was like, all right, I can't handle. And so then Iran was like, missiles back at Israel, missiles. And then Israel was like, missiles. And then Iran was like, missiles. And it was going back and forth. Israel was definitely winning it because like Iran has missiles, but not like Israel's type of missiles. You know what I mean? Like Iran doesn't have much money and stuff. So their missiles are like those cheap fireworks your friends. You know when your parents would, like, they'd feel bad. You'd be like, what are we doing for Guy Fawkes Day? And then your parents would be like, do you want these ones? You're like, do you like them? They're like, no, just throw them on the ground. I was like, pat. Do you feel like the other kids? No, I don't at all. So Iran has those ones, and then they were launching back and forth. And the whole world was like, man, this again, Middle East conflict, Middle East. And then, at the peak of it, everyone was like, man, how could this get worse? Donald Trump was like, hello. Donald Trump came in and he was like, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna totally de-escalate this situation. And we were like, my man, you've never de-escalated a thing in your life. From your hair to your politics, nothing is a de-escalation. Nothing. But Trump came in and he's like, I don't like how Iran and Israel are launching bombs at each other all the time. So many bombs, we can't have this, it's not right. Too many bombs, we gotta stop it. No more bombs, we gotta stop it, we gotta fix it. And they're like, all right, how are you gonna fix it? He's like, by dropping bombs. I'm gonna drop bombs. And no one expected it. Like the whole world was like, okay, Trump is gonna mediate, or because he said to them, hey guys, let's sort this out, peace deal. We're gonna do a peace deal. And then he dropped bombs on Iran. And everyone in the world was like, what the hell? And a lot of people in my life were like, oh man, I can't believe that Trump did this. I can't believe. And they were so stressed. And I was like, yes, but look on the bright side. And they were like, what bright side? I was like, on the bright side, Trump also can't believe that he did this. Like that's the one glimmer of hope that I get from Donald Trump, is that like he also doesn't know what he's doing. He's in it with us, which is a nice change. Oftentimes we're at the mercy of those in power, but he's in the mercy with us. Like we're all locked in a prison cell, but he's holding the key and he's like, we're all trapped. What are we gonna do? We're like, use the key. What are you talking about? And the reason I say this is because Trump came out And he hosted a press conference about it. It was so wild. He hosted a press conference about dropping the bombs. And he was shocked in the press conference. He came out and he's like, earlier today, the United States military, that's us, launched missiles, bunker busters, launched missiles on Iran, on all their nuclear facilities. And boy, you don't understand. You've never seen bombs like that before. They came down and they dropped them, those bombs. I couldn't believe what those bombs were doing. I couldn't believe it. And I called. I'm the one who called. I said, drop the bombs. I didn't know I was gonna call. I said 2 weeks. I told everybody 2 weeks. It was gonna be 2 weeks. And then I was on the plane. Then I said, I'm calling. Drop the bombs. And the bombs were dropped. I'd never seen bombs like that. I said, whoa, we're never dropping bombs like that again. I never seen bombs like that. Those bombs were dropped and now it's over. We're all good. Then Iran had to respond, but then Iran didn't want to get into a fight. No one wants to get into a fight with America, you know what I mean? And so like Iran was like, we are going to retaliate against you. And then they launched missiles at an American base in Qatar, but then they phoned America first. They did. They were like, all right, we are launching bombs against you in like 45 minutes, an hour maybe. You tell us how long you need, then we will launch the bombs. And then the Americans cleared out their base and everything important, and then the bombs fell. And then Trump, very, like in an interesting way, he responded to Iran. Then he wrote on his like thing online, on his profile, he was like, thank you to Iran for giving us notice about the bombs. Now it's over, it's all over. There will be peace. And then he said, Iran, Israel, peace. And they were like, all right, peace, all good. Then Trump went to sleep. That he was sleeping. Israel, like out of nowhere, they came and they were like, Iran launched more missiles. And then everyone was like, wait, what missiles? And Israel was like, you launched missiles. And everyone was like, no, And then Israel was like, too late, we're coming for you with more bombs. And then the world was like, what? And then Trump woke up. And this was the moment, I can safely say, I have felt more connected to Donald Trump than I've ever in my entire life. Because that man is not a normal human being. Very seldom have I looked at Trump and thought, yeah, I can relate to this. But he came out after Israel was about to launch a full-scale bombing attack on Iran. And he came out, he heard about this. Man didn't even put on a tie. Came out of the White House half-dressed, ran straight into reporters, and he went into it. He was like, I heard about what Iran is doing and what Israel is doing. And let me tell you, I'm angry at Iran, but I'm more angry at Israel. They said peace, and I said we're going to do peace, and they're launching, and I'm sick of them. Israel, you better not do it. You don't do it, Israel. I said peace. You don't do it. He looked like a dad who had kids that were fighting in the backyard. And he was just going back and forth. He's just like, Israel, shut up, baby. Come on, shut up. Sit up. How many times do you have to tell your kids that you're not going to? I tell you once and I'll tell you again. And then he looked at the reporter and he did something I've never seen an American president do in my entire life. He cursed live on TV into the camera. Looked at the camera and he was like, they were like, what do you think, Mr. He's like, I'll tell you what this is. You've got two countries that have been fighting so long, they don't know what the they're doing.